How we doing? So, I've been kicking it around for a while and I'm kind of doing a different video today. Just kind of wanting to rant and rave a little bit. So, it's going to be short. Planning on trying to get a build done tomorrow. It is Thursday. I'm literally going to hit upload as soon as I'm done. Not doing any fancy music or anything. Just kind of want to, like I said, rant and rave. Been seeing a lot of stuff that's just stupid and unsafe lately. Just want to reiterate, people, if you want to get into this kind of thing, do your research, understand your dangers of machines. I've seen a lot of people getting their hands way too close to routers. You know, those things are spinning at crazy, wicked fast speeds. I think mine goes right about 8 to 10,000 RPM, I believe. It might be faster. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. But it's fast. They're sharp. If you're pushing into it, it's dull. Find a way to sharpen it or replace it. Table saws, they kick, or you get kickback with those, especially if you're not using riving knives or any type of guarding. That one's really gets me fired up because if you didn't know, lost the tip of my finger to it, that exact problem. Ripping a board down in half about 4 or 5 years ago now. Man, it's been a while. But, lathes, the wood lathe will mess you up just as quick as any of this other stuff. If you don't believe me, check the first short I have on my channel. I'm lucky it wasn't worse. Just pay attention in your shop. Make sure you're wearing proper PPE, safety glasses, respirators, all that stuff. Don't skimp on it. I'm dealing with issues right now with my health that this stuff's contributing to, which is why, where's that? There it is. I just invested in that, which is a face shield that goes over the head and actually blows air straight down through it. It's actually a lot nicer than I was expecting because it blows cool air on you. It keeps you cool when you're wearing it, that thing. Otherwise, it gets really hot really quick. I've seen a few stupid stunts pulled with bandsaws. I'm looking through my shop trying to remember things where just because it moves slow and you can get away with touching the blade doesn't mean it's not going to cut you. Just don't do it. If you're not sure, if you're unsafe, if you feel unsafe, that's not what you're trying to do, stop, think. If you're getting stressed or if you feel frantic, stressed, rushed, anything, stop, slow down, take a breath. If you're doing this for an order, I would, if I'm a customer, I'd much rather hear, hey, I'm going to be a day or two late, and tell somebody ahead of time. It's not the end of the world. And if it is for them, then sorry, my safety is more important to me than, that being said, got an order right there that I scrambled to get done, but I never rushed. I was in a hurry. It took, I wasn't taking my time with it, but at the same time, you can't rush resin. So it's done on time and ready. I'm just waiting for the confirmation of where to meet and when or how I'm getting paid. So, you just don't rush. Take your time. I've had people make fun of me for taking time in the past, and you know what? I'm the person that generally doesn't have to cut things more than once. And I'm the one that catches all of their mistakes because I took the extra 10 seconds to look at something and think of something through and saved myself hours of having to redo things. That said, I rush like everyone else. I make mistakes like everyone else. But, when you're doing this kind of thing, just try to have your safety plan that gives you 2 or 3 levels of safety. And we do the same thing at a gun range when you're doing anything with a firearm. The four basic firearm safety rules, they overlapped with each other for a reason. It's to make sure if you mess up with one, the other three are there to back you up. I'm not here to tell anybody how to work in their shop. I'm not here to tell anybody what you have to do and not to do. I'm just telling you what I think needs to happen. And like anything, these things can hurt you or worse. So you gotta pay attention. You gotta be on your A game. Make sure you're doing research before you start putting woods and cutting boards. Another one of my favorites, which, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful, but any type of eastern cedar can be toxic if you eat it or if it's consumed. And I'm seeing people putting that in stuff like cutting boards, charcuterie boards, and stuff like that, where people are going to have food on it. If you're allergic to it and don't know it, or have a sensitivity and it gets into your system, it can really make somebody sick. And there's other woods out there that are toxic if you consume it, or even have a little bit of dust on it, or some of them even have oils that can really make you sick. So just pay attention, do your research, take your time. You can really hurt somebody doing stuff like this, whether it's you or a potential customer. There's several types of wood that for the longest time I refused to deal with until I did a deep dive on them, like Purple Heart. Some people are actually, just having wood on there, or having the wood in a cutting board, just something coming in contact with it when you're cutting it or putting it out for a charcuterie board, it can actually make people really, really sick. My research says it's like having a severe allergic reaction. Of course, that's a very small percentage, and it's small enough to where when I originally found out about this, it was, after doing a lot of digging, it's almost never happens. I think it happened, I believe it was like 4 or 5 people, and it just blew up in certain circles. So, you got to do your digging, you got to do your research, and just be safe. Some of the people I follow, I've heard of, or I've been seeing close calls with joiners and several other things too, and just keep your head on a swivel. Every single one of the machines in this shop can hurt me in one way or another. You have to have respect for that and have to keep that in mind whenever you're working out in a shop. And from what I'm seeing, and don't get me wrong, it's not everywhere, it's not everyone. If this doesn't apply to you, hey, save it, because you might need to play it for somebody else one day, because I've actually, when I start feeling rushed, I might even fall back to this one just to remind myself, don't be dumb. But yeah, so I just wanted to jump on here real quick and throw that out there, and apologize again for not getting something out last week. I was going to do a little more in depth on this, but I've not been feeling the greatest. So yeah, just take care of yourself, be safe, do your research, wear PPE when it's necessary. And when you're in a wood shop, remember, it's not the sawdust you can see that'll mess your lungs up. It's the microscopic particles that you don't see, which is what's dangerous, because that's what actually gets into your lungs and can start clogging stuff up, and it's not fun to deal with. Pretty sure that's everything I had. Just be safe, do your research. If you're working on something, don't just trust the power switch, unplug it, turn it on. Once it's unplugged, hit the power button. Try to turn it on. Make sure it's truly off and not hooked up. Like anytime I walk up to my miter saw, first thing I do is just test the trigger real quick. If I thought it was unplugged and it turns on, it's okay. I need to find where this plug is at, because it's getting unplugged. Because I don't like leaving machinery like that plugged in when I'm not around. I don't pull safeties if they have them. because I lose them. But, you can't be too safe in a shop like this. So, or any shop, whether it's work, welding, running presses, foundries, anything. Just keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention. Don't get hurt. Don't be dumb like me and cut yourself on YouTube or have bowls blow up on a live stream, both of which have happened. Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Like I said, I'm going to try to get a video done for tomorrow, which is probably going to be recorded tomorrow morning, first thing. And yeah, hope you all are having a good day. Stay safe, pay attention, be heads up, and yeah. Cat in the hat, and that be that. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, so did you guys know that you can support me for not spending a cent by hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing my videos? It doesn't cost you a cent. It helps the algorithm see me a whole lot more, and it's totally free for you. It just takes 3 clicks. Just wanted to throw that out there. Thanks. Bye.